Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Sean. Welcome back to the channel. Today I got something super duper cool to show you. This is kind of like, some shops keep it really secretive, but I figure if you don't share it, it doesn't get passed on to the next generation. So this is something a lot of people have a hard time getting their head around, like figuring out and thinking, how did this person obtain this, or how did this person make this metal look like that? And I'm going to show you a really kind of inexpensive way to do this. And what I'm talking about is rippled exhaust tubing. You see it on hot rods, you see it on choppers, you see it on vans, everything, trucks. It looks really nice chromed. It looks nice ceramic coated. It's just a really nice kind of tip to the hat to the details that can go into these projects that we're working on, such as choppers and hot rods and custom vehicles of all sorts around the world. So I first saw it in magazines years ago, and as I kind of grew into myself and in my shop and my fabrication skills, I started thinking how I could create rippled exhaust tubing in the shop. Now, for years we sold it at S&S Customs on the website, and we sold a lot of it to people. They would get the Builders Series exhaust tubing kits. You can get those from Mid USA, Paco Industries, Lowbrow Customs, all kinds of places sell them. And you get a bunch of different fitting headers and stuff like that, and then you get some straight pieces, and that's where the rippling effect came into, was in the straight runs and stuff like that. So it's always hard for people to kind of, sometimes it's hard to think outside the box. But anyways, one day I thought about it and I figured out how to do it. I've been in the pipe fitters and welding trade for a long time, and I remember this guy had a tool. It was called a restrictor wheel, and the restrictor wheel would kind of go into a big tube cutter, and what it would do is it would crush the inside of the pipe, so then when you slip the other piece of pipe into the tubing, there was a bump stop. And what that was for was to kind of make it less expensive to do a piping job, because there would be less couplings and fittings and stuff like that. So it was a money saver, and I thought to myself, well, if I get a big tube cutter and I machine my own restrictor wheel with different different diameters and different widths and thicknesses, I could probably crush 065 wall exhaust tubing with it. And this worked beautiful. Like the ripples came out perfect, and never had any problems with it. This worked flawlessly. I can't stress it enough. This is a real kind of cost-effective way to get rippled exhaust tubing. So the biggest purchase that I made to build this tool was this guy. This is a rigid, big, heavy-duty tube cutter, and the pin for the cutting wheel goes in and out. And this is the secret, folks, right here. This little guy here, and I have two. I machined two. I have one for one type of ripple, and then I have another for another type of ripple. And I machined these from 1144 stress proof because of the carbon content that is in stress proof. And this is a hardenable steel, and I hardened it. I heated up, quenched it in oil, and because you are going to be pushing this into a piece of metal, so you don't want to use something that's going to kind of oblong the die or get nicks and stuff like that in it. And then I just put a nice little polish on it. So that's it. And then it's as simple as this, folks. You take this guy, you put your new wheel in, and that's it. That's installed. Now, you don't necessarily need a lathe to do this, but I do mine on the lathe, and I'm going to show you how I do that next in the next video coming up. So that's it. There's your restrictor wheel in there. It was easy to change. And that there, folks, is a rippling exhaust tube tool. Stay tuned, I'll be right back. Anybody that builds custom vehicles or bikes or cars and stuff knows you can get these exhaust kits. Today I'm going to use this guy and show you how we put in the rippled exhaust, the ripple into the exhaust. These kits are fairly inexpensive now. They used to be quite high, but they came down for some reason. You can also get these kits in stainless steel and stuff like that too, if you're wondering. I've never rippled stainless steel. I would imagine it would work, no problem, but like I said, we're going to use this piece here for an example, and I'm going to get to doing that right now, so stay tuned. All right. I'm going to load in my marker because that's how I do it. I just snug that down. And if there's any kind of oil on the tubing, make sure you clean it off. There might be oil on it, right? And all I do is, if you can see this, is make a mark and then move this over in 1 revolution increments. So I got a really good solid mark. We'll do 5 ripples. And this is just, I'm not going to use this piece, but don't forget to take your marker out because it'll dry up on you. She'll dry up on you and you won't be able to use it. Okay, so I've made my 5 marks. The next video is I'm going to put the tool on and show you guys how to make the ripples. All right, there you go, folks. There's your rippled exhaust tubing, just like I showed you. And if you want to go deeper, you can go deeper with the tool, but it kind of bubbles it. Kind of looks really cool. That's it. It's as easy as that. It looks really bubbly. The deeper you go in, the bubblier it will get. But that's usually where I like it. You can see like nice little hump. That's your rippled exhaust pipe. That's the big secret. Get to it. Get out there, make your tools, and start rippling your own exhaust pipe. That's it, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. And I hope it kind of like charges people up to get out there and learn, think outside the box. Nothing is unobtainable if you work hard enough at it. I just showed you a trick that came to me. It popped in my head. I said, how do they do that? It was a mind bender. I thought it was some big expensive forming die. I had asked people, nobody would tell me how they were doing it, and so I figured it out for myself. So that's basically, you know, what we have to do. I'm one guy, one shop. I do everything around here, so I've got to do all the figuring and stuff like that. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that stuff that you're supposed to. And I promise I'll have more how-to videos and show you guys how to do this stuff. And you know, it's really as simple as this, you know. It's as simple as that. My die is still in perfect shape. It's as simple as using this. Work hard, good things will happen. Peace, and have a great weekend. It's Friday. Cheers.